Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Tara here. Today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to make a stuff sack. I used ripstop nylon fabric. It's gray, it's really durable, strong, very lightweight. And the reason I made it is I made it actually for a tent. If you've watched my previous videos on my unboxing and setting up of my Sear Designs flashlight tent, it's an awesome tent, but it does not come with a footprint, so I made one. Now the footprint will fit with the tent in the stuff sack, but it's super tight, very hard to get it in there. So I decided to make a larger stuff sack that will include the poles and stakes inside of it. Previously, this setup is for keeping it on the outside of the stuff sack. And the stuff sack is big enough to include my Thermarest Neolite Air mattress and may even be able to fit a sleeping bag. So let's get started. Once you have your basic measurements, you need to make them work. The length of the bag can be any size you want or need. I needed at least 18 inches. Then I added 3 inches for the gathering on top and another 2 inches for the hems and the cord closure on top. It's the bottom of the bag that's the key in figuring out how much fabric you will need to comprise of the sides of the bag. I needed at least a 5-inch square on the bottom. In order to have exactly the right amount of fabric for the sides, simply times that number by 4. It's simple now, but it took me a try to figure it out. And then add 1 inch to all your measurements for your hems. wasn't so bad, was it? I think I made it look easy. I had quite a bit of trouble with the sewing machine at first. I had to rethread it a few times and work out a bunch of kinks, and once I sat down and actually read the instruction manual on how to use the sewing machine, things got a lot easier. So I just wanted to kind of go over some finer points of the stuff sack. The hem that I made at the beginning for the where the cord comes through, where it's gathered, I'm pretty impressed with that. I really just kind of figured it out on my own. Didn't really go with any set pattern, but I could see there's a weak point here where I'm going to go over and sew it across this way, because where the hem, it's just sewn up the middle and stops there, and I could see where it could come across apart there. I also have a few defects in the bottom where I kind of messed up the square, but it still works. So that's that. If you have any questions about fabrics or needles or threads, actually I'm going to point out that I did use a very strong nylon thread, and I think that's where my difficulty came with the sewing machine, because the thread was so strong, the tension was kind of messed up. I used a normal needle. First I started with a heavy-duty needle, thinking I might need a heavy-duty needle for the heavy-duty thread, but the needle just caused problems with this fabric. Maybe with denim it might be better. So I used a nylon thread, ripstop nylon fabric. On Amazon I got it. I think it was $5.99 a yard, pretty economical. I'm going to do a couple other projects with this. I've made a pillow so far. I was thinking of making a hammock, a homemade hammock with this material. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Oh, and make sure that you stay tuned for my next video coming out soon. It's going to be about the top 10 essentials for emergency preparedness, which is always fun.